This week, a mysterious story of a very mysterious man who appeared in the main square of Nuremberg, Germany, seemingly from a life spent in a very darkened cell, to know of nothing of the outside world. And of course, we have this week's painting, which I think I'm going to call tribal, because a friend of mine suggested it looks kind of tribal. Anyway, what am I rambling on about? Well, in 1828, on May the 26th, 1828, a teenage boy was standing in the main square of Nuremberg, Germany, all alone with a piece of paper in his hand. When he was approached, he started to state that his father had been a cavalryman and he wished to be one also. So this is basically what the piece of paper stated, saying that he should be, because his father had been in the cavalry, he should also be in the cavalry, or else be hung, which is fairly drastic, isn't it? Couldn't get into the armed forces. Anyway, he was taken to the police station, where he wrote the name of Kasper Hauser. Who on earth was Kasper Hauser? Well, he was familiar with money, it would appear. He knew a few prayers, however his vocabulary was limited. He was in good physical condition, he could walk well, but he refused all food except bread and water. Through conversation, it appeared that, according to him anyway, he had spent his entire life in a very small darkened cell, only 2 meters wide by 2 meters long and 1.5 meters high. He had nothing in the cell bar a straw mattress and a small wooden horse toy. He would awake to find bread and water in the cell, so because he never saw anyone put it in the cell, he actually thought it came out of the ground. Sometimes, from the way he described it, it would appear that he had awoken drugged to find his nails and his hair cut. So the only person that he ever saw was a hooded man who came to the cell not long before he was to be taken from the cell to the main square in Nuremberg. A hooded man who taught him to stand and walk and repeat the sentence that his father was a cavalryman and that he would like to be one also. Well, is there any substance to this story? Well, modern hospitalism suggests that the story is in fact nonsense, because in those conditions anyone would be rendered an idiot and quite possibly die from such conditions. However, we don't know, do we? He was put in the care of a schoolmaster who taught him subjects and all about life, and became aware of his love for drawing, which he encouraged. However, in the care of the schoolmaster, he was attacked by a hooded man whilst alone one day, supposedly threatening him that he must die. Kasper Hauser claimed that the hooded man had the same voice as the hooded man who had taken him from the darkened cell to the square in Nuremberg. Kasper Hauser was actually accused of vanity and lies, claiming that this was self-infliction, and he was transferred to another schoolmaster, under whose care he yet again suffered a pistol shot to the head. It would seem he wasn't trusted very well. But anyway, he was fatally stabbed in the chest and therefore died on December the 14th, 1833. And yet again there was claims of self-infliction. People were suggesting that he'd become so used to the attention, and as the attention waned somewhat, he was trying to regain the attention. Who was he anyway? Was there any substance to these allegations that he'd spent his entire life in a small darkened cell to come out not knowing anything of the world, not knowing what a tree was, or a bird, or an apple? Was he the hereditary Prince of Baden, a castle in the south of Germany, who supposedly died at childbirth, but really was he perhaps switched at childbirth to later appear as Kasper Hauser? Or was he an imposter with a very unusual story? Who knows? It's a mystery. It's a very interesting one, I think. And there is a film about it called Kasper Hauser that you may like to check out. I saw it once. I think it was very interesting. And this week's painting called Tribal, I think, for lack of a better name. But anyway, I don't know how well you can see these. If you want to see them better, I think you better go and have a look at yesi.com, Simon M. Boyd. You'll see it on my channel there. And the other thing I was going to say, if any of you ever come to New Zealand, come and do get in contact. I'd like to meet you. Thanks for all your messages, by the way, and thanks for rating, comments, and subscribing. Thanks for watching also. Thanks a lot. Have a great week, fantastic week, and I'll see you again next week. Thanks. Bye.